Adam Kadmon, the pentagram, and the inverted pentagram in Esoteric, Kabbalistic, and Occult Symbolism. Introduction. This investigative report explores the mystical figure of Adam Kadmon, the primordial man in Kabbalistic thought, and its symbolic alignment with the pentagram and inverted pentagram, focusing on esoteric, occult, and Kabbalistic traditions. Through an exploration of sacred geometry, alchemical archetypes, and mystic anthropology, this report deciphers how these symbols are employed in initiatory systems, both for spiritual ascent and perceived spiritual descent. Who is Adam Kadmon? In Lurianic Kabbalah, Adam Kadmon is not the physical first man, but rather the primordial archetype, a metaphysical emanation of the Ein Sof, the infinite. He is the first configuration of divine light that emerges after the tzimtzum, divine contraction, acting as the template for all subsequent creation. Adam Kadmon is described as a macrocosmic being, representing the ideal form of humanity, the interface between the unmanifest, Ein Sof, and the manifest universe, the origin point of the Sephiro, which emerge as lights emanating from his orifices, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, creating the Olamot, worlds. Esoterically, Adam Kadmon is the divine image of which all human souls are patterned. He's the idealized anthropos, or celestial human, whose fall or fragmentation led to the need for spiritual repair. Tikkun, the pentagram, as the perfected man. The pentagram, a five-pointed star with a single point upward, has long represented the microcosmic man, Adam Kadmon manifested in the material world. It aligns with classical Pythagorean and Hermetic interpretations, where the 5 points symbolize the four elements, earth, air, fire, water, and the fifth element, spirit or quintessence. The human body fits within a pentagram, for example Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man, suggesting divine proportion and cosmic harmony. The upright pentagram is associated with ascension, spiritual integrity, and balance between the physical and spiritual. In esoteric Kabbalah, the upright pentagram symbolizes the harmonized Sephiro when divine order is maintained. Man restored to his divine image, symbolizing successful Tikkun Olam, repairing the world. The manifestation of Adam Kadmon in Melkuth, kingdom, grounding divine will into matter. The pentagram thus becomes a sigil of initiatic ascent, a path where the practitioner aligns with the divine archetype and returns to the primordial unity. The inverted pentagram and the fall of the archetype. When the pentagram is inverted, 2 points up, the symbolism dramatically shifts. The pointing down of the spirit and elevation of the material leads to various esoteric interpretations. It represents the fall of Adam Kadmon, the fragmentation of the divine soul into matter. Symbolizes the 𝗧𝗿𝗱𝗏𝗍𝗏 inversion, where divine energies are reversed or corrupted. In occult Luciferianism and antinomian Kabbalah, the inverted pentagram is viewed as a gateway to knowledge through transgression, echoing the Gnostic idea of salvation through gnosis. The inverted pentagram may also symbolize the desecration or fragmentation of the divine image, the descent into ego, where matter enslaves spirit, an image of Adam unrectified. In extreme occult systems, it is used as a ritual emblem to break from imposed cosmic order and liberate consciousness through chaos, or the left-hand path, Sitra Achra in Kabbalah. In this frame, the inverted pentagram is not merely evil, but is a symbol of initiation through the shadow, often misused, but originally tied to mystical inversion as a means of transcendence or transvaluation. Pentagram as symbolic map of the Sephiro. The 5 points of the pentagram can also be mapped onto 5 of the 10 Sephiro. Keter, crown, the topmost point, divine will, chest, mercy, and Gevura, severity, the arms, right and left pillars. Netzach, victory, and Hod, glory, the legs. In this mapping, Tiferet, beauty, the balancing Sapphira, becomes the heart, central, but not one of the visible points. When this symmetry is reversed, inverted pentagram, the harmonization collapses, the tree of life becomes the tree of death, 𝗧𝗿𝗱𝗃𝗃, or the 𝗧𝗿𝗱𝗃𝗃. Thus, the pentagram encapsulates the human soul's potential to either align with or deviate from the divine archetype, occult and initiatory interpretations. Across Rosicrucian, Hermetic, Freemasonic, and Thelemic systems, the upright pentagram is used in rituals to invoke divine protection and align elemental forces. The inverted pentagram is often associated with Saturnian or left-hand path rituals, invoking the shadow self or deeper primal energies. Some esoteric Freemasonic interpretations see the upward-pointing pentagram as a symbol of Adam Kadmon restored, while the inverted form may signal the Black Brother, the initiate who clings to ego after crossing the abyss. In Luciferian systems, the inverted pentagram within a circle, sometimes with a goat head, Baphomet, represents the liberation from imposed divine order, seeing the fall of Adam Kadmon not as sin, but as the birth of autonomy and divine selfhood. Conclusion. A dual symbol of becoming. The pentagram and its inversion are not simply binary symbols of good and evil. From a Kabbalistic and occult lens, they reflect the twofold journey of Adam Kadmon, the archetypal human blueprint through which divine light flows into form, and through which form must return to the light. The upright pentagram symbolizes the ascent of consciousness, the harmonization of body and spirit, the reintegration of fragmented divine sparks, and the realization of the imago Dei, man in the image of God. It is the emblem of Tikkun, the work of restoration, whereby the soul, like Adam Kadmon, aligns itself with the Sephirotic pattern and re-establishes divine order within the self and the world. The inverted pentagram, in contrast, represents the necessary descent into matter, ego, chaos, or shadow. It signals the fragmentation of that original archetype, the concealment of divine light within the 𝗧𝗍𝗱𝗃, and the trials of the spiritual aspirant who must confront and integrate these lower forces. In certain esoteric traditions, this descent is not damnation, but initiation, a katabasis before anabasis, the darkness through which deeper illumination is achieved. Thus, the duality of the pentagram reflects not a moral dichotomy, but an alchemical process, the reconciliation of opposites, the descent of spirit into matter, creation, and the ascent of matter into spirit, redemption. Adam Kadmon, both fallen and ascending, becomes the cipher for the spiritual journey, a being stretched between heaven and earth, where each point of the pentagram is a step along the axis mundi. In sum, the pentagram and its inverse are not ends in themselves, but maps of becoming, of the soul's cyclical evolution through divine emanation, separation, and return. Whether wielded in ritual, meditation, or initiatory systems, these symbols challenge the seeker to recognize the divine image within, confront its shadow, and rise, like Adam Kadmon, toward the infinite.